Doing great. So let me tell you the update about today. So on my previous video, I told you guys that I was in the process of making an app. Or I wasn't in the process. I had an idea and I wanted to turn that into an app. And, make revenue from that, generate revenue from the app. And so, I actually called an app developer. I called an app developer that I actually saw an ad for on YouTube. If you guys watch YouTube a lot, you probably see it's Appsketeers. And I called them up, and it seems like a startup company, actually. I'm not really sure. It seems like super unprofessional, but it's like, don't get me wrong, they're very, very helpful, and seems like they do a good job. So that's all that counts, right? So I just got a call from the engineer. They just reviewed my plans this morning for my idea. And the engineer called me. I think he was an engineer. I'm not really sure what he was. And we spoke. And what he told me really was there's 3 stages of making an app with Appsketeers. There's the first stage is everyone has to pay automatically in order to start the first stage. So you have to pay a whopping $449 just to start. That's the first stage where they map. It's called mapping. I think it's called mapping. Yeah, mapping is where they, maybe mapping is the second stage. I'm not really sure. The first stage is where they look at your idea and they, they look at the basics and plan out your idea, and that costs $500. Which is $449, which is a lot of money. It's not something to play around with. And when they first told me that, I was curious, so how much does it cost to make an app in general? So listen and you'll find out. So I kept asking, how much is it to make an app? So he kept giving me these answers. Oh, we can't give you an idea because I don't want to mislead you. I'm not really sure if he's doing that. He could be doing that for 2 reasons. Either because he really doesn't want to mislead me, which makes sense, or because he doesn't want to scare me off. He wants me to, first buy into the idea and not tell me that it costs $50,000 to make an app, and then sooner or later I'll find out that it cost me $50,000 to make that app. Which is kind of smart on his part if he does that, but I don't know if that's his idea. So that's the first. And then the second stage is where he told me it costs, depending on the app, different stuff. It costs $10,000, below $10,000, $5,000, not really sure. Where they map out your app, and I think mapping really means is they choose the design of your app, the design, the blueprint of your app, and they can also create a marketing video so you can show your investors, get potential investors, to motivate them to invest with you, and it costs between $5,000 and $10,000. Now that's a lot of money. I don't even have $10,000, and in order to do this, I would have to get investors and people more on board with this, and so. And there's another stage which costs lots and lots and lots of money. This third stage is where they can actually complete the process of building the app, and that stage costs. He didn't want to give me a number, but he said between 50, 20, 30. He wasn't giving me a number for how much the app costs. Now, I'm only 15 to make such an investment of let's $500 for not knowing for what I'm getting into is pretty crazy. I guess I'll use that word because $500 is a big percentage of my bank account, and giving that all into an app that I don't know, super risky. I don't, for a number of reasons. 1, I don't know what's gonna do well. Number 2, I don't know if I can get the money to raise enough money for the app. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. A bunch of whole reasons. I'm gonna do more research, speak to more contractors. Luckily, I know a bunch of contractors, and I know a lot of contractors, and maybe I'll speak to them and I'll ask them what their idea is. Maybe would they be on board with that? Would they maybe invest, or maybe would they agree to be part of the app? And because I don't know if you know, my app involves contracting and building. I'm not going to get into the details, but until later on. But so if this is all it's all really, really exciting and super risky at the same time too. It could be many apps do really, really phenomenally well. Uber, Lyft. I don't know what I'm saying. There's so many different apps that are doing. Uber itself is worth over hundreds. I think 130 billion. I don't know if that makes sense, but maybe 130 million. I'm not really sure, but it's doing really well. But there's also tons and tons of apps that are doing terrible. I invested 50 grand and all gone. Didn't make a single cent. And it's all about what happens. So we gotta see. Hope you guys are doing great. Let me know if you like this video of mine. This is my third day doing YouTube. If you like this content, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down, because I really want feedback. I want to know if you guys are enjoying my videos. Okay. Have a great morning, night, or afternoon, wherever you guys are.